Yo, what's going on, everybody? Yeah. Uh, I mean, sure, why not? You know what I mean? I feel like it. Yeah, right. Should we set a number for like a celebration? Yeah, I don't either. Maybe our year anniversary will like do some like real big, celebration or something. But for now, we'll just keep trucking on out. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, definitely. Hillary's in the chat. Yeah. So what it is the 100-mile yard sale. Those are everywhere, but ours down here starts tomorrow technically, right? But people, they start early because why not, So me and Good Fashion, we had this church sale that starts in the starting point of the yard sale, 100-mile yard sale. So I went and I started off my morning there. Got a lot of great stuff there, but I just drove around the neighborhood to see who was, getting started early, and I hit like 10 or 15, pretty good yard sales, man, and got a lot of good stuff. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's yeah. Yeah, I would think that it is a smaller town thing. Growing up in St. Louis, I only went yard selling on Saturday morning with my grandma. So I don't know necessarily if it's a small town thing for the 100-mile yard sale type thing, but I know that I see like the Cincinnati picker, like they'll have like a huge yard sale up there in Ohio area, and then like down in the Kentucky area, I see like Tesla picker. He's from Kentucky. They have like yards, a big gigantic yard sale down in that area too. So I think it's like a smaller town regional thing for the 100-mile type yard sales. But as far as like, my location, uh, she said I can't hear Ray. Is it my computer? I can hear you just fine, so I'm not sure.
I see what messed up.
Thanks for letting us know that, Hillary.
Okay, we're good.
Uh,
Sorry.
okay,
I usually check in the mixer to see if everything's good. You were good, but I didn't check myself.
okay.
So, but
So
anyway,
can you hear him now?
yeah, we should be good now.
So yeah,
I see the
we'll
problem
we'll we'll give you a quick recap of what was said.
in like that 3 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. Ray was asking me about my yard selling shindigs this morning, and yeah, guys, you heard what I said. So yeah, now you're all caught up to speed. How's everybody doing out there? Okay, she said she can hear you now.
Okay, and
Thanks for
check.
letting us know,
Yeah,
Hillary.
yeah. Thank you so
We would
much.
not
Yeah, I
we would
like
not
I
have
said,
known
I'm
if you
usually
didn't say
better
so.
about checking these things. I just overlooked it. So, but anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, hopefully that doesn't hurt the replay too much, man.
No, I well, I guess it will, but either way, at least it was only like three
Right,
minutes. But
right,
yeah, I
right,
mean,
right.
regardless, it in the last video that we put out, it was a rainy
Mhm.
Saturday morning, and I decided to go out anyway. But it's like if you get skunked by the weather in St.
Yeah,
Louis, like you're pretty much screwed, unless you get like a
yeah.
really good Wednesday morning sale. So
I mean, I think that's universal. Uh, unless you find like indoor sales or people with carports or like people that advertise rain or shine, you know what I mean? Which that happens around here quite a bit.
yeah,
Just because people will sell out of their garage, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's pretty much a covered event.
Right. I ended up
So
going to a church rummage sale, and actually, I have maybe a proposition for you because I got some.
okay,
I really channeled you on this pick because they were doing. I think it was a 3 day rummage sale, and the last day was Saturday, so it was the morning
yeah,
that I was there, and
okay,
of course they were doing like a huge sale where it's like last day, do whatever, like everything's half off or whatever it is.
right,
So I ended up getting some nice Levi's, some American Eagle, some
nice,
511 tactical. and a couple
Okay.
others that like are your bread and butter. So,
Yeah, man.
like it could work out to where I could make a couple bucks and you could make a couple bucks, because it was so
Okay.
cheap. I think it was like they said fill up a plastic bag for $5. So I was like
Nice.
I was rolling up pants, like, making them all
Stuffing them in
compact.
there, huh?
Yeah.
Boy Scout style.
Yep. Yep. Actually, like
Yeah,
I
dude.
utilize that a lot whenever I travel, especially when I travel alone. Like I only like
Right.
to go with a backpack. I hate checking luggage. I don't know. I'm weird.
Right. Okay, well,
So,
look, check this out, man. On Monday, I'm bringing a bunch of games to you. I don't know if
oh,
the bins
okay.
are going to be open. I don't
Yes.
know if they're going to be open or not.
I mean, anybody in chat know? Like, I'm pretty sure I've been to the bins on Memorial Day. I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
pretty sure I've been to the bins on holidays, period.
Well, I
Uh,
believe the only holidays they're not open 100% is
would be
Thanksgiving and
Christmas,
Christmas,
of
right?
course, but that's pretty much everybody, though.
That's pretty much that's across the board. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they're open Memorial Day, but I will check. But if you guys like know off the top, are your guys' bins open on Memorial Day?
Yeah, Hillary, Miss Lachey, let us know,
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you two are the ones that I see in the chat. Let us know if your bins are open
Yeah.
on
Also,
Monday, because I
oh
just
no,
need to
yeah,
know.
yeah. Well, yeah. It would be a nice day to go for sure. Um,
Well, that's Monday's my main day that I go sourcing at the bins, and I film my YouTube videos for the week. So
right.
if it's like a twofer, dude, I'm like losing twice if they're closed. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Well,
saying?
also I feel like not many people are going to be there because they're going to be inundated with
Yeah,
holiday weekend stuff. But I
that's
could be wrong. Could be
that's
the
a that's
exact
a
opposite.
dub.
You know.
Yeah.
So
It could be the exact opposite. It could be like jam packed full of kids that are in there thrifting because they're gonna just kick it and party and then go thrifting,
yeah,
stoned out of their mind.
they're home
I
for
tried calling them, Hillary. Our Goodwill doesn't answer the phone. What they have is a
no.
recording that tells you their hours, and their hours don't tell you anything about holiday hours. So it's a definite loss. Trust me, I tried.
Yeah, no, they don't answer the phone for anything. I'm also jealous of people that get those really long yard sale routes as well, Hillary. I just wanted to mention that. Definitely
Yeah,
jealous of that.
it's a blast. Number one, because you get to go and find like really cool stuff. But it's also like it's the Super Bowl of yard sales, bro. Like hundreds of yard sales, all within close proximity of one another, to where like you can literally like park your car and walk to a few of them. It's like a neighborhood yard sale on steroids because it's
Right.
towns on towns of
Yeah.
yard sales. Like, you know what I mean? So like I literally hit like 10 within a 5 block radius,
Yeah.
and those were the ones that I bought stuff at. I went to more, but I didn't buy stuff at every single one that I went to
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
because, I'm niched down and just only trying to get clothing.
Of
There was
course.
video games and consoles and stuff that I know you probably would have been in heaven, but I had to walk away, man.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, whenever I see something that's out of my like, I mean, I guess the perfect example was that church rummage sale that I was just talking about.
Right, right.
I knew that I was getting that clothing at a really,
Mhm.
really, really cheap price. So I
Right.
knew at very minimum I could sell them to somebody that I know that sells
Yeah,
them. So like I'm
definitely.
sure if you came across some video game stuff and you knew that it was an insanely good deal,
If I could get the same type of deal, yeah, I'd have
exactly.
snatched it up.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then I'll buy it from you. You'll make some money.
of
I'll make
course.
some money, and we're both happy. Like
Yeah,
I love when that
yeah.
works out.
Yeah,
So
maybe it's a possibility because this sale goes on until Sunday. I just don't know if I'm gonna have any time to like go out on Sunday because I got a lot of Sunday's like the busy day for me because I do all my packing.
right,
I edit my last YouTube video because then Monday I'm on the road, so
right.
I don't have any time left over on Sunday. And then this Sunday I also have a visit with my brother that lasts from 1 to 6 o'clock. So it's gonna be a busy, busy freaking day.
That sounds like that sounds like a full day right there.
Is there a
Um,
picture of it? Is it?
this is I
No,
Miss Lachey. I don't know how you actually
how
sniped
do you
this
see
out.
that?
Is she like zooming in with like a magnoscope like into the
Probably.
computer screen?
The only pictures of me on the wall is that right there, and then these two right there. And I don't even know if you can see those very well. This
That's
is my
funny.
nephew. That's my other nephew. That's my niece and nephew. which my niece is having a freaking baby. She's like 16. No, she's 17, 18 years old. Everybody's having kids except me, man. Yeah, no picture of me missing teeth. I could find one in here though. I definitely could find one. Yeah, man, my mom, she's got pictures every freaking where, dude. I'm trying to look and scope out a baby picture of me real quick. Dude, me as a kid, the funniest thing you ever saw. Oh, check this out.
I love how stoked he is to show us. I also love that Miss
Guys,
Lachey sniped
are
that
you
out.
ready for this, YouTube? Are you ready for this? So you guys know I'm a twin, right?
Da-na-na-na.
Are you ready for cuteness overload, dude? That's me and my twin brother, his kids. Check the fro out though.
Check the
Boom!
fro.
80s to the rescue, bro.
Yeah.
On Santa's lap. Check him out.
Man, you guys look
Yeah,
so much alike.
yeah, identical, man.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any missing teeth pictures though. Yeah,
That's
man.
funny.
The joys of being at my mom's house. Oh, speaking of that, so like I think I got a line on getting a new spot.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
debating I'm debating on getting like a place big enough to like list out of, like multiple bedroom type setup.
Yeah.
Uh I really got a sweet thing going on with my storage units, man. Like $70 a piece. I work out of one and I store everything in the other one. It's pretty great. The only thing is I use my hotspot as an internet connection, and it's super slow, dude. When it comes to like uploading
Yeah.
the photos to my listings, it takes a very long time. So maybe I'll get a Wi-Fi extender or some type of to some type of connection there, or maybe I might pay the guy that stays there to use his Wi-Fi password.
Yeah,
I'll probably do
I
that.
was gonna say if there's already an established connection there,
Yeah,
I would go with that route 100%. Any type of like booster or anything is pretty
yeah,
much snake oil. Like there's nothing that will
really.
make that.
That's not gonna do anything better,
It
huh?
won't do anything better. Yeah,
Thanks for saving me
unfortunately.
the money, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I would talk. Well, I wonder what the guy is paying for internet there because I assume that it has to be a business line in a place like that. I'm not 100%
Mhm.
sure, but you would probably be doing him a favor if he's paying for an expensive business line to
Probably.
be like, "Hey, bro, I'll toss you, half or a quarter or whatever." And
Yeah.
that way you get a better connection and it lessens his bill every month.
Well, see, this is the thing though. It's like it's a warehouse where he keeps a lot of his because he owns property all over this town. But it's just a warehouse. He keeps some of his equipment in. Like he's got a Harley in there and
Okay.
a bunch of storage units. But then there's two apartments in there. There's a two
Oh,
bedroom apartment and then a one bedroom apartment. So
gotcha.
like they're the ones with the internet. Like he doesn't have internet
Oh,
on the building, but I know both of them because I it's where I used to live. I used to live in this apartment complex, and then I moved out. But
gotcha.
I've never had a different storage unit, so I could ask one of the neighbors there if I could use their Wi-Fi.
Well,
Maybe
yeah.
they'll let me use it for free.
Well, yeah. So that would be a cool approach, but also it sounds like since it's zoned as a
Mhm.
residential building,
Right?
because there's apartments there, you could
Yeah,
also get real internet there for a reasonable price. Like you could
you're
get it for
right. You're right.
the residential price.
Right, right,
So
right. That's a good idea.
Um, yeah, that would. But also going back to what you were saying about having your workspace in your own home. When I
Hmm.
did my taxes, I claimed like 70% of my living space as my work area because I
Really?
use the entire basement practically, and I
Right,
use the majority of I use half of the upstairs, and then I
right,
so I was basically just like, yeah, that's that's
right.
my
Because I get. I
space.
mean, that's like legit. Because you
Yeah.
use a room for streaming and YouTube, and then you use your whole basement for
Oh, I also use
eBay.
I also use this to ship and pack, because my thermal
Right.
printer's up here. I don't keep my thermal printer downstairs, so like
Oh,
it's
speaking of thermal printers,
kind of a pain in the butt.
uh, my thermal printer was like on the fritz on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
And I bought another one. It came in the mail on Wednesday. I go to pack my orders and ship my orders on Wednesday, and my freaking Rolo starts working again, dude. So like I bought this, like literally my homeboy Brian even sent me some money, like here's some money for your thermal printer, the thermal printer fund. And I was like, no, you don't got to, man, But he sent it anyway. So my Rolo started working, and I already bought this other
Dang.
freaking. Yeah, but hey, now I got a backup, and I sent the guy back his money. I was like, "Hey, man, my Rolo start working, man. Here's your money back." So I know this is yours to keep, and I was like, "I've already sent it back, man. Thanks anyway." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so
That's
yeah,
super
now
nice
I
of
got
him
a.
though.
It was great, man. But I got a backup printer now, and my Rolo works. So it's weird. It was the weirdest thing.
That is, dude, that is weird. I just went I was telling Marcus off stream that, something similar happened to me. My internet went down. So first of all, if you guys paid attention to my channel, I made a post today talking about how I had troubles on the PC that I used to stream the listings live streams from. And so that happened, didn't do a stream.
Yeah,
Came on to do this 15 minutes before, we were supposed to start, my internet goes down. I'm like, dude.
shenanigans.
But yeah, it was quite the tragedy, I guess.
Yeah.
What up, Joe? By the way,
What's going on, Joe? My guy.
yeah, plug those tax benefits exactly. Yeah, because you're only going to be able to write off so much if you're in a rented building, if I recall correctly, right? Like you're only going to be able to write off what you pay for the rental building,
Yeah.
and of course, like if you're
Well,
paying for internet too,
so
you know.
I know I'd be able to write off all of the storage unit because that's all I use it for is work. But if I was to like be working out of the house, yeah, you're right. I'd only be able to write off a portion of it.
But I think they give you more of a tax break because you're working out of your house. Somebody correct me on that. I am not a tax professional, neither is
I
Marcus,
don't know,
but
dude. I've been having
you know.
serious issues with my CPA. Like she won't answer my calls.
Oh
Um,
no.
she won't answer my text messages.
Oh
And
no.
then so I called every tax agency in my local area. Nobody's accepting new clients because they're so short staffed. I called 1-800 accountants to try to get them to like do my taxes for me, and I set up two different call slots. They never called me. Like,
Man.
what the heck's going on, dude? Like, it's so weird.
Man, I hope you get that sorted
Yeah,
out, bro.
yeah, man.
Um
I'm behind on paying my taxes this year on my quarterly taxes,
right,
so I want to
gotcha.
get caught up.
Right. Yeah, I know that I probably got away with it last year as far as like doing it myself, but now that Zesty
Mhm.
and I are going to be jointly filing,
Right.
it's going to be a whole nother ball game of
Yeah,
like
man.
what the heck to do. So
Yeah.
instead of her and I trying to do it, on by ourselves, because she already gets a tax professional to do hers because of her
Yeah.
whatever stock that she gets through her company and all that, blah blah
Right.
blah. So yeah, we're definitely 110,000% gonna get a CPA next year,
Yeah,
and
man.
fingers crossed because we're keeping better
It's a good
records this year.
investment.
We're keeping better records
Right.
this year.
That's what
So
happened last year, man. I kept horrible, not horrible records, man, but I didn't stay up on it either, and I was doing it by hand. So like I
yeah,
was handwriting everything. Now I've got an accountant spreadsheet, and I just keep everything up to date once a week,
yeah,
and it
smart,
makes it a lot easier, and it calculates everything for me, so I don't have to do none of the hard work.
smart,
It's pretty great.
yeah, smart. I claim a workspace deduction too. I use my basement to store and list like Ray. Plus, I have an office space. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Oh, any luck with the
Yeah,
dryer?
man.
What happened with your dryer?
Man, my freaking dryer doesn't work, bro. Like it moves, but it doesn't dry. You know what I mean? So like it's just blown air, and
Oh
it's not
no,
doing nothing. So I I got a quote. It was like $220 to get it fixed. But
it's not
I
bad.
guess I need to just go ahead and do that. Yeah. But I've been going to the laundromat around the corner from my house, drying clothes. I'll wash them here and then go around the corner and dry it. But I
Yeah.
need to just get it in gear and just get it taken care of.
Yeah, I had a similar issue with mine, and I honestly cannot remember the name of the part, but it was some like small electrical part
Yeah.
that I just ordered the replacement online. It was like $30. It wasn't that
Yeah.
bad of a repair, except like you have to take a lot of depending on how new or old your dryer is. I mean, if it's an
Right.
older dryer, you might be able to get away with it pretty easily, but I probably wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
I,
See, man, that's the
I
thing, man. I'm not trying to do all the extra stuff.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
it was
the time that I would spend to like take it apart and watch the YouTube videos and then
ex
rewind and watch
yep.
it again, I'd just rather pay somebody because it's
Yep.
gonna take a whole day for me to freaking do it. Then I'll be like behind on my listing and shipping and all that other good stuff. So
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
my
you
time's
have
a
to.
tad bit more valuable.
No, yeah, you definitely have to weigh like, okay, what's the time it's going to take me to do this myself and learn how to do it versus what I
Yeah.
can make in an hour at work. You know, like you can
Right.
list X amount of items for X amount of dollars, and if that
Yep.
greatly outweighs what so yeah, I can go
Yeah.
back and forth
Yeah. I
for
think the
sure.
heating element is blown. Uh, Honestly, that's what I think it is.
Yeah, it's there's the heating element, and then there's another like thermal. We're getting way off track here. I don't know why we're
Right.
talking
Right.
about this in depth, but
Well,
yeah,
because Hillary asked about the dryer.
it's something along those lines. I guarantee it.
Right.
Joe also said the way I understand it, if you use your internet for 50% work, you can deduct half the cost. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And Zesty and I both use it for work. So, well, she
Right.
uses it all the time. She uses it consistently. So, yeah, we'll definitely be writing that off for sure. The storage unit fees, phone bill, and internet. Yeah, for sure. Worth every penny to get a CPA. We're definitely going to get a CPA.
Yeah, definitely. And it just takes a load of stress off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we finally got a checking account that both Zesty and I have access to as
Joint
well
account.
that we
Yeah.
only use for thrifting, so that's also good.
Right. Yeah. See, that's what I need to do. I have a business account, but I spend money out of it on personal stuff still, which I know I shouldn't. Uh,
But
but
it's
I'm gonna
still
get it
easy
together,
enough
man.
though because then even so at the end of the year you can go through,
Yeah.
and search like, different names of thrift stores, mainly
Right.
Goodwill,
Right.
and
Well, I
just be
mean,
like, okay, here's
that's
all the
the
Goodwill.
bulk of my purchases. Is it's
Exactly. So like doing
so
your
it's
taxes essentially like is kind of easy if you think about it
yeah.
because you're only sourcing pretty much from the bins. You have it
Yep.
recorded on video how much
Yep.
the item cost was. So like
Literally.
you're sitting pretty good then. Like
Yeah.
it
Yep.
gets really complicated when you're like consigning stuff and like
Yeah.
sourcing
I
from
don't
a
do
bunch of
none of
different
that.
places and yada yada yada.
Even with
So
the yard sales, I keep a little notebook, like a little tiny notebook in my car. I'll
yeah,
withdraw the cash from the ATM, and then I'll write down withdrew so and so dollars,
right.
bought this many dollars at yard sales, and if there's any left over, write what the remainder is, and then I'll go put that back in the bank and then write that on there too.
Smart.
Redeposit it, deposit it whatever dollars after, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that way I at least have some type of documentation because I'm not going to go up to a yard sale with my little receipt book, spend $2 on a pair of shoes, and be like, "Can you sign my receipt?" Like, get out of here.
Right.
So,
Right.
mm,
No, that's totally true.
um, Miss Lachey said, "Hey, dryers are reselling related. Marcus needs it for laundering his inventory. There's another tax deduction. I guess
I
in theory,
mean,
you're right.
that's
That's
technically
definitely
true.
right.
I would not
Yeah,
think about that. You could write off the detergent, you could write off the
I
dryer
do.
sheets, you know?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why I didn't think of writing off the
the
repair
the
to the dryer.
OxyClean.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely write off all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, I'll go ahead and get it fixed. There's no need to wait around.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. Let me show off these hats though.
Yeah, no,
Let me show
let's
you guys
let's
these hats I picked
Marcus was
up.
trying to show off these hats off stream. I was like, "Bro, you got to show the people these." So Marcus got
All
these
right, guys. So
from yard sailing,
I
right?
stumbled upon a yard sale. Well, I didn't stumble on them. I went there with the intent of buying hats from this guy because I get hats from him every year, and this is just a Nestle Butterfinger hat. They're all vintage. That's the first one. I got this Nestle NWA hat or NWA NBA hat with this cool little brim. Definitely 90s. That one. This one is some Kodiak Racing. It's got Ricky Craven. I don't know who that is.
Uh,
Number 41.
pretty sure that's he
I don't know
wasn't
anything about
that well
NASCAR.
known. I'm pretty sure, but I'd still like. It's gonna
Clearly
it's
he
it's
wasn't
gonna it's
because I
gonna
don't know.
be it's gonna be good though. It's gonna be good.
I got this Grand Gourmet with the gold filigree on it. I don't know how much it'll go for. Probably 15, $20, but still looks cool. It probably looks cooler than what it really is. Got the corduroy old style camouflage hat.
I love that thing.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
And then we got this vintage Michelob hat. All these I paid $3 a piece for each of them, which it's not that great, but it's not horrible either.
Oh,
But
dude,
like I said, I averaged. Oh, and I got this Wayne's World hat.
that's
So
probably the best.
yeah, I looked this one up. It was going for like $50. So definitely pleased about that, man.
Yeah, no, I think even at $3, you're getting away with highway robbery. Like,
Yeah, man. And then I averaged in the buy cost. So like I bought 51 items today, from shoes to clothing down to hats, and the buy cost averaged out to $1.97, I think. So it's pretty good, honestly. $2 for everything. Let's go, man.
yeah, dude. I mean, you're like you're the master of getting that cost below $2. Oh,
Trying to, man. My cost of goods store wide is $1.96.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
That's
And that's with
crazy.
like buying occasional items for $20 too. Like because I went
Right.
to the thrift store, I bought a pair of Red Wing boots for $20, but I should be able to sell them for like $80. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I
But so go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say that just reminded me that I got some double H cowboy boots. They're like work Western
Double
style.
H. Never heard of that.
But the comps were like 80-90 bucks. I paid 25 for
Nice.
them, but like it
Okay.
hurt. It hurt. It was like,
Of course,
man, this is
the
25
bins will get you
bucks,
spoiled.
bro. You could spend $25 at the bins and get a lot.
Yeah. Right. 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 I've seen some of your best hauls are under $20.
I know. I
You can
know.
make hundreds of bucks off it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I sold a pair of boots this morning. Let me show you guys. These I paid $3 for. I sold them for. I had them listed for quite high because I had never heard of it. They're called Texas Jacks.
Okay.
These are like, these are they were really like tall, like up to the knee. Um, I got an offer from somebody from France,
Okay.
so they've got like a star on the front. I thought they were women's boots, like they legit go up to the knee, right?
Yeah.
But they're men's boots, like Civil War reenactment type boots.
Oh, okay. Because
So
I
I
was
had them
gonna
listed for
say.
$200 because I looked online and only thing I could find on Texas Jacks was the actual store, and those boots are going for like $200. So
Huh.
I listed them. Finally, somebody sent me an offer, but I had to find a freaking box to put those in. Luckily, the boxes that I keep my clothes in on my storage system were big enough to fit them in there, but the buyer only paid $31 for shipping, and I had to pay $45.
Ah, that sucks.
I could have sent them UPS, but like the buyer paid for priority shipping. So it
Right.
was scheduled to arrive by the second. And if I would have shipped them UPS, they would have been scheduled to arrive by the eighth, where that
Right.
technically registers in eBay's algorithm as a late shipment or a late delivery. So that hurts my account. Whether I'd saved a few dollars or not, I'd still get a ding on my account on the back end. It's not going to really affect too much, but it affects your metrics in the aspect that eBay doesn't think you can be trusted to get your item to the buyer on time, which means it's a poor buying experience.
Well, and
So I was like, you know
also
what?
6 days
Good.
is significant.
Right. Well, the person was cool with it. They're like, as long as it gets to me by the ninth, I don't care. But I'm like, I'm not messing my account up just to get you some boots by the ninth. You're gonna
Yeah.
get them by the second, and you're gonna like it. You know what I mean? So I just paid 15 extra dollars. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I still made a boatload of money off it. I paid $3 for
It-
those boots and sold them for $92.
yeah, when you
Yeah,
look at it in that perspective, like from
yeah,
that perspective, I mean, you're still doing pretty good there.
right,
So,
right.
you
And
know,
my account health stays in good standing, so that's what really matters.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm the only way that I am comfortable with switching from priority uh to UPS is,
Mhm.
if the difference is only a day or two, but since
Well,
it's
see,
going to, you said France, right?
no, see, they changed the address on their account to Sonoma, California. So
Oh,
it's still going to DOAs, but it's not going to France and it's not going through the global shipping program. But
gotcha.
their account is registered as in France. And it was
Gotcha.
definitely a French dude. His name was Jacques. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Would those
interesting.
fit into a large flat rate box? Definitely not. They were 25 inches tall.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, I put them in a 30 by 10 by 10 box, and I cut the box down to 25 inches.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like it definitely was a huge package. Like, and I didn't think about that when I bought them because like I bought them when I was still an everything seller, but I
Sure.
was selling everything, so I was like, yeah, cool, man, let me get those, and I snatched them up, not really expecting it to be a pain in the butt when I sold them. You know what I mean?
I
But
mean,
it
that's
actually,
what you do when you're a new seller,
yeah,
right? You're like, yeah, no,
it
this will
was.
be
And
totally
I mean, I
fine.
wasn't even that new, dude. This was when I went full time, but I was still selling everything. So
Sure.
this was like just 6 7 months ago. You know what I mean? But at the same time, though, I was like, well, when they sell, I'll worry about it then. You
Yeah.
know, luckily I had boxes laying around that were big enough to fit it though. And
Yeah.
in that aspect, it really wasn't that big of a pain in the butt. It was a pain in the butt paying more than what I thought I was going to pay for it because I had them in the computer at 6 pounds, 25 by 7 by 7, and it ended up
Yeah.
going out at 7 pounds, 25 by 10 by 10. So whereas I thought it was going to cost me $21 to ship it, it ended up costing me 45. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And USPS is really jacking up the prices for anything over a
Yeah.
certain dimension
Anything
too.
over
I
22 or
mean,
23.
I think it was last episode or two episodes ago, like I
Mhm.
was just going in on how much
Yeah.
it sucks to ship
Yeah,
even things
definitely.
that fit inside of their own mailing tube. Like the
Yep.
bat fit in their own mailing tube and it
Yeah.
still costs a boatload. Like,
Yeah, man. That's why I'm
ugh.
trying to steer away from that type of product
Yeah,
just for that reason alone.
I'm about to take all of the bats and golf clubs that I have right now, just take them down to
Mhm.
trade it or play it again,
Yep.
and just take the money and run. Because like I don't
Yeah,
want to deal with it. I
I
don't want to deal
literally
with it.
took all my golf clubs down and I donated some of them yesterday. I got some really old ones that I'm probably going to go donate not tomorrow, but probably sometime next week. But I got
Yeah.
all those things off my account instantly. I was like, I'm not messing with this because there's a guy in my Facebook group with the Daily Refinement Facebook group. That's all he sells is golf clubs. And he's complaining daily.
Oh,
You
dude.
know, all the prices, and I'm just like, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Like you, even if you get a golf club, that fits the box, like I'm saying, like which, 85% of golf clubs do not fit the standard,
Not
you
at
know,
all. You got to
tube.
get like
You have to get a
box,
putter, right?
you,
Like to fit
or
it.
you got to buy the club boxes that are made specifically to ship golf clubs in, and
Right.
then you got to ship them UPS.
Right.
That's the only way it's going to be even
Right.
remotely affordable.
Remotely. Yeah, that's real talk though. Also,
Yeah.
we should catch up on chat here. You want to catch up on
Okay,
chat?
let's do it. Yeah, I don't know where we left off at. Let's
We
see.
had I think Joe Dempsey said happy to spend more to make more. That sounds like a good deal. I mean, yes, but I think
Right.
Marcus and I are both people that say constantly like we are spoiled by the
We're
bins,
spoiled by the bins, guys. Like,
spoiled. Like we can't get it
definitely.
out of our brains.
What's up, Travis, man? Thanks for popping in, man,
Yeah,
coming to hang
Travis,
out with us.
what up? What up? How's your night going?
You do great taking care of your customers, Marcus. I only change the shipping service to save money if it'll arrive in the same time or sooner. You know,
Yeah,
that's that's the best way to do it. But at the same time, like I won't change shipping methods or platforms because that's what the buyer paid for. Uh, if you buy, and I used to do it all the time, but if you buy something and you expect it to be shipped by, you paid this amount for something, then next thing you know, it's like coming UPS or Parcel Select or something like 10 days later. You know what I mean? Like that's going to upset you. There's not
well,
really much you can do to get that
also
negative feedback removed.
that's with calculated shipping though. So if you don't do
Yeah, I don't do
calculated shipping,
calculated shipping.
I do either flat rate if I have a general idea of what it'll go
Yeah,
even to California. I'll do like a
yeah,
dollar or two below what I know it will ship to California for.
right.
Or I will do free shipping. So if I decide to change it up, on a flat
Yeah,
rate of whatever dollar amount that is, then
mm,
you know,
that makes
again,
sense.
like if it's only a day or two difference, right? Like if it's 6 days difference, okay, I'm gonna bite the
It's a
bullet and
big
make
difference.
sure that they get their stuff, not
Yeah,
6 days out of what they were quoted.
yeah.
So
Yeah, like last week I had somebody they bought a Johnny Walker shirt from me because their dog's name is Johnny Walker and the dog's year birthday was the next day, or they bought it on a Monday, they needed it by Thursday. It was like, can you overnight it? And I was like, yeah. So they paid $25 for flat rate express envelope. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then he was like, "It's not even moving yet." And I was like, "Please, just give it time to show
Yeah.
up or to start moving before you start panicking." He's like, "It's saying that it's scheduled to arrive by Monday, and that's not good enough." And I was like, "Trust me, it'll be okay." And then lo and behold, it arrived on time. And I haven't heard back from him. I didn't get a thanks or nothing. No, but it's all good though.
Of course you didn't. Of course you
Well,
didn't.
I don't really care, but I had somebody messaging me yesterday saying, and they live in Caseyville, Illinois. So like, can you tell me why it's saying that my package is in Alabama? And I was like, I don't know why the USPS does what it does or why packages go where they go. I said, but don't panic, please, until it says delivered and it didn't get delivered to you. That's when you worry about it. You know what I mean? I say,
Yeah.
because I will refund your money in full if it never arrives. We're good. You're not going
Yeah.
to get screwed. I said, just let the package do what it's going to do, and we'll take it from there if it doesn't. And she's like, all right, thanks. You're so cool. Thanks. And hey, hey, it is what it is. I just don't want you panicking thinking it's all bad when it's not.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I talked about it in one of our earlier podcast episodes where I had sent out, 7 or 8 items in one day, and
Yeah.
every single one showed delivered shortly after
Yeah.
I took them to the post office. Like everyone was just like,
Oh, that's
"How is this
crazy.
possible?" Like, and basically nothing was updating on their end on the eBay app. So like, I had
Mhm.
to individually message each one of those people and be like, "Hey,
Right.
this is what's going on. This is actually
Yeah.
where the package is in transit. I promise you, like nothing going. Like
Yeah.
it was a nightmare.
Yeah, I
Absolute
think I've heard
nightmare.
something like that happening before too, man. But as long as people get their packages, I guess it's really all that matters.
Yeah, well, that's kind of hard to explain to people. It's
Especially if they spend decent money on something, they get livid.
exactly.
They're like, "What do you mean delivered?"
Yeah,
Yeah, it's happened. It's happened to me before. But I think it was something on my end. I don't know, but the package still got there. It was like a $200 pair of Jordans. They ended up
yeah,
arriving, but the person was like, they were pretty upset. And they're like, "You're gonna give me my money back," and I was like, "Just trust me, it's going to get there." But this
yeah.
is when I had like low feedback. You know what I mean? Like just getting started. Like everybody was like thinking eBay was a total scam at the time. So well, I mean, I think they still do think that, but I was just getting started. I did not need any problems. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
was glad everything worked out because I knew it was legit, but they didn't know it was legit.
right. And that's again, it's very hard, especially when you have low feedback, because like you don't really have a lot to
Yeah,
credit
because I had like
yourself
30
with.
feedback at the time.
Yeah, so like that's you're just a little guppy still. It's
Right.
so
I'm up to 1,040. My feedback is
hey,
going to pass me in subscribers
no
like in a
kidding,
day.
no kidding, man. Well, we were just talking about you had 1,000 feedback last episode or 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, I think it was 2 episodes. Maybe it was last episode.
I don't know, but that's crazy that you
It
got
was
40.
real recent.
But you're slinging. You're slinging every day. So
Yeah, yeah.
what's your average how many packages are you shipping out every day on average?
About 20,
20? Yeah.
about 20 a
Yeah,
day.
that'll
Yeah,
do it. I mean, cuz you consider like
yeah.
around, a quarter to half are going to give you feedback, so,
Right.
you know.
I've got 3,400 packages sold, and then I got 1,000 feedback. So that's
Gotcha. So right
that's
around
about a third.
30%. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, right around 30%. Yeah.
Mhm.
Joe Dempsey said, was just talking about it in my stories today. Priority prices are insane. If it doesn't fit in a flat rate, I mark my listings as parcel select. That way I can upgrade if it's not a big difference. That's a good idea, too.
That's a good
Um,
idea. Send it snail mail if priority is crazy. Right, man.
yeah.
So, uh, I know tons of people that do like they set their shipping in their what's the word? What's the word that I'm thinking of? Their business policies. They set it as standard shipping. That way, it gives them free reign to change anything to make it either first class or priority, which are considered expedited services from a standard. So if it's set at standard, it's going to have snail mail delivery time anyway. You know what I mean? So if you set anything to even first class, is going to get there in an average of 5 days. Then priority is going to get there in an average of 2 to 3 days. So anything becomes better than standard shipping at that point. So I mean, I guess I could do it like that method and just change everything to standard shipping. That way, I could have free reign to do things like that. But that's that issue with the boots today is like the one off. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
It's like the 2%. Like that happens like 2% out of 100. So like the 98% of the time, I'm getting away with flat shipping and it's going fine. So I
Right.
don't know if I'm gonna bother with it over 2%. You know what I mean? If that happens once a month, it's no big deal.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I
Right.
mean? And it happens a lot less than that.
Right. Which I mean, also that's kind of why I like free shipping as well. Not only does it
Mm,
make your listing kind of pop out a little bit, because you
right,
do get the text that says free shipping in 3 or 4 days or
right,
whatever it says wherever you are. But also, it gives you carte blanche to ship whatever method that you
how
deem
you want to.
necessary.
Right. Yeah.
So you're getting
Yep.
free shipping. I'm gonna determine how it gets there.
Yeah. That's
So
I know a guy. His name's Ed, the reselling writer. He's like, I'm selling these shoes with free shipping. So if I want to stuff these boots in a poly mailer, I'm gonna stuff these boots in a poly
that's
mailer.
risky business, but hey, that's
Yeah.
your priority.
Well, I think he wraps them in bubble wrap though, but
I
still,
mean,
like
no, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I've done it before in a pinch,
I've done it before too.
but I wouldn't do it for like a nice pair of boots. I would go to Walmart, buy a
Get a
box,
box.
yeah,
Yeah.
before I would
Yeah.
put boots in a poly, even in bubble
Yeah.
wrap. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
uh,
man. Here lately, I've just been USPS boxes have been fitting generally everything that I ship.
same.
There is the occasional, it's usually boots that are too big that I got to go find a box for. But
Right,
for the most part, like most of my sneakers just fit right in the shoe boxes from the USPS,
dude. I
which is
use
great
those.
because
I use the
those
shoe
things fit
boxes for more
everything
than that.
almost.
Yeah, more than just shoes. It's great. I love it.
Those I use those boxes, and then I use the cardboard flat red envelopes more than anything. I
Yeah,
also use the heck out of some 10 by 13 poly mailers for all my first class clothing,
yeah.
but that's
The
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 only thing I
teal
really have
ones.
to buy. The teal ones, yeah,
Yeah, because we
yep,
have the same ones. We
hmm
actually use the teal ones for clothing as well, but we
yeah,
also use the teal ones for when we do like a bigger box that needs to be in a poly. We'll use the bigger
right.
poly to
That makes sense.
get it over the box. So.
Right, right, right.
Uh,
Let's see here.
yeah, Joe Dempsey was saying that over 22 inches is now a $4 surcharge. Over 30 is a $15 surcharge. Yeah, that's where they get you the over
All
the
right,
30.
yep,
That's a huge jump. That's a huge jump.
that's a
So
significant jump.
yeah,
Buy your own
that's
boxes that ship UPS for bats and golf clubs. Yep,
yeah,
that's
that's we were
definitely
talking
a
about that
way to go.
1 or 2 episodes, Joe. I was going into a tangent on it for sure.
Right.
But yeah, I've recently sold a bat. I've sold a couple golf clubs, and they all went UPS. Yeah, yep.
Hillary said she had an international buyer message her because the tracking from USPS hadn't updated. It was Sunday. And nothing happens on Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
man.
sure that's a worldwide thing.
Yeah, right.
Miss
Uh,
Lachey said the general public definitely don't understand. Most items go to a USPS distribution first.
right.
And that's true. And like so, like from where I live, which is 2 hours away from Ray, all of my mail, as soon as it gets to the post office at 3 to 5 p.m., goes to where Ray lives.
Yeah,
Everything. Even if it's going to somewhere in my town, it goes to St. Louis first and then comes back to Cape Girardeau. Don't ask me why. I don't understand it. It's weird.
it's also weird because sometimes packages will go from a city post office to a county
Mhm.
post office, and then
Yeah.
it like
Back
leaves the
to the city.
state, or yeah, or it
Yeah.
goes like what? Like I don't
That's
know. I
and
don't know
that's
how
what I
that's
think this
efficient.
person's bugging out about this package being in Alabama when it's supposed to go to Illinois, which is the next state over. It goes down 2 states or however far away Alabama is from us.
Exactly.
Crazy, right?
Exactly. I remember James had all of his media packages come up missing, and they finally found them in Memphis. That's interesting. Like a whole
Huh.
shipment, huh?
Well, James ships a lot of media out too, though, like a boatload of media. Was it all? Was it a bulk package or was it several packages
Yeah,
at once?
that's a good question because if it was several packages at once, like
That's crazy.
that's super crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like definitely sus.
Yo, thank you, Gibbies.
Gibby's hitting the thumbs on the way out. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
What's the most commonly used size for poly mailers? I use some 9 by 6 and 13 by 10, but I think I might need larger ones. So I was using
I
I
gotta
don't
look
know
mine
exactly
up.
how big they were. I think they were 15 by 12. I used 15 by 12 to put my clothing in, but there was a bigger till one that I was using as well. to fit like random boxes in and stuff like that, or just like bigger items like plush squishmallows and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what we use, the bigger polys for the plush and stuff. But so the standard poly that I use on like the what sold videos that you guys see, that those
Hmm.
white polys are 12 by 15 and a half, and then the bigger
Okay.
teal ones are 14 and a half by 19. So I think
Yeah,
that gives
that's
you
what I
good
was using.
range.
Yep.
Because you put all the smaller stuff in the white polys, and then like I said, if you need to put a poly over a bag, the big teal ones are really nice for that.
Yeah.
So
And those are fairly durable. I mean, like you can poke a hole through them like with a sharp box corner or something like that.
yeah,
For the most part, they're pretty durable.
yeah, no, they really are. They really are. Joe, thank you for hanging out. Have fun watching
Yeah,
the ball
Joe.
game. How
Yes,
about them
sir.
Blues, baby? Oh man, did you
I
watch?
don't watch hockey, man,
Oh,
but I
that's
did find a hockey like a Blues hockey pullover
yeah.
uh, in my last bench trip, and I immediately thought of that guy James that JT was talking about because he's always talking about gotta get these packages showed. He does what sold videos all the time. He's like, gotta show you guys what sold before the Blues game, or like he'll come down during halftime and he's like, I want to show you guys what sold real quick while I'm on halftime. You know what I mean? Like he's a fanatic, dude. So I
I
saw it and thought of him, but it's a 2XL and James is kind of skinny, so I don't
okay.
think he'd fit that.
I really wonder if it would be beneficial to do like a whatnot auction, or even just do eBay auctions for
Mhm.
teams that are in the postseason of whatever sport. So like right
That'd probably be a
now,
good idea.
it's the Blues and the Avs. Like obviously
Mhm.
you wouldn't be able to predict who's going to be in
Of
the
course not.
postseason, but it would be cool if like you just had some stuff laying around that was some really cool Blues and
Yeah.
Avalanche and whoever else is in the playoffs. I don't know. I only pay attention really to the Blues, but
Right.
do like a whatnot auction of like just a bunch of different like t-shirts, hats,
Yeah.
so on and so forth, whatever, memorabilia,
Absolutely.
and try to make some money that way by capitalizing on what's going on the main stage of sports,
Of course.
because like
And
I know when the
go
Rams
ahead.
won the Super Bowl, like I was selling Ram stuff right afterwards for sure.
Yeah. I didn't sell anything immediately after that, but my ex did. She had St. Louis Rams something, and it wasn't the St. Louis Super Bowl championship things anything like that. It was the year after. So like when the Rams updated their logo and changed the colors from
Yeah,
blue to yellow to like blue and gold, she
yeah,
still sold that thing immediately because the Rams were Super Bowl champs again.
that's crazy because if it was like St. Louis branded, it's such a hard market. That's such a hard market
Yeah,
to find because most people in St. Louis are salty about that. And
yeah.
like, who else wants to buy St. Louis Ram stuff that are not in
But
St.
it's
Louis?
weird though, dude. Like I
You
just
know?
sold a St. Louis Rams hat, a vintage St. Louis Rams hat for $60 to somebody. I don't even know where they live. They
Well,
definitely didn't live in St. Louis though.
I think that's the exception, right? If it's true
Right.
like vintage, if it's like 100% wool, made in USA,
Yeah.
vintagey hat like that, I understand that. But
Right.
if it's, the only Ram stuff that I typically sell does not have the St. Louis name on it. Even though it
Right.
might be from that era, like it
Right. Right.
doesn't
Right.
have St. Louis on it. Like
That makes sense.
we both sold that same hat, that silver and
This
black
one,
one.
this thing will not
Well,
sell. Yeah, exactly.
the silver and black one is a perfect example of a Rams piece of gear that doesn't say St. Louis on it, but it
Right.
is Rams
It
it's
says
Rams
Rams Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl
champs.
champions, yeah,
Yeah.
champions on it. So it's sold. So
Yeah.
what's up, Red Dirt Picker? Have we
It
seen
was
you in?
Brian.
Okay.
That's the guy I was talking about that was that sent me a donation for my thermal printer
Oh,
fund
dude,
and I need refunding the cash.
no, that was super nice, and
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
clutch. That's clutch. It really is.
He said I don't remember the exact number they misplaced, but it was a lot. That's crazy, dude. I hope it didn't affect his account any.
Well, I mean, it's always a fickle situation, right? Whenever
Yeah.
the post office loses a package, because like
Right.
you're gonna refund the person, but then you as the seller have to take it upon yourself to do all the necessary means to get your money back on your end, so it's like,
Right. And see,
I've never had
then
good
you
luck
have
with it. I've never had good luck.
I've never, luckily, as of yet, I've never had a situation where like a package of mine has been lost. But I know my ex, shipped out a whole set of like life books, like life. I can't remember the series. I think it was like Wildlife, and like she double boxed this thing and like packed it up really well, and the box still got damaged in transit and got lost, and the buyer never received his package, and so like she got beat. Like she had insurance on it and everything. They never refunded her money.
Man,
So
man, it's so yeah, it's
mm,
happened to me twice, but luckily each time it wasn't like a hugely like my cost of goods were next to nothing, because they were like bins
right,
items. But still, I mean, I wanted to see how and if the process worked, and like, dude, yeah, it was, yeah, I got burned basically,
yeah, it sucks, dude.
like,
it's it's a sticky situation, man. You just got to try and like do your part to make sure everything goes as smooth as you can. But literally, when it's out of your hands, it's out of your control.
yeah, and
So
that also the story that you just told makes me salty about buying insurance on items because like I do definitely buy insurance on anything that's close to $100,
right.
or above, obviously.
Mhm.
And so like I'm kind of curious, like if anyone in the chat has done ship cover versus USPS insurance, I'm curious how
See,
crappy one is versus the other.
what I've heard about Ship, their insurance is like, so the guy that runs the Facebook group said that like he had to call them one time, like way back when he first like got into it, and like the lady answered the phone and was like, "Hello," like it was somebody's house. You know what I mean? Like instead
What?
of like being like a professional business, he said eventually he got the money back, but he had to jump through hoops to get the money
Right.
back. You know what I mean? It was like a whole ordeal. So from what I hear, like it's kind of like not the greatest, but I've never heard anybody other than him make any claims about how the service is. So
I feel like
you
that's
know,
how
I
it's got to
know
be through USPS too. Like if I would have
probably.
pursued, further with those two items that I just talked about, I probably
Yeah.
would have gotten my money back. Was it worth my time to get my money back on like a 15 $10 item?
Right.
No. I just moved on,
Right. That
So
makes sense though.
like, I mean yeah. It's
So
annoying. It's annoying.
Miss
I,
Lachey says she uses 10 and a half by 15 the most
that seems like a pretty good
for
size.
poly mailers. I use 10 by 13 the most when it comes to like actual shipping,
I forgot what I
but
even
I don't
said.
buy anything else though, so I guess that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I said 12 by 15. So yeah, I mean 10 by 15, 12 by 15, anything that's like around that's probably pretty good. Pretty good. I actually ordered how many polys do you order at a time?
So normally like what I've been doing is I'll buy a pack of 200 every Monday.
I honestly think I bought 1,000 the last time I ordered because I used so
I
many.
need to. I was thinking about getting them from Uline. You can get a box of 1,000 of them for like I think it's like $100
Is Uline
somewhere
the
around there.
cheapest option?
No, not at all. Absolutely
Okay,
not. But they'll get it to you quick.
gotcha. I just prime it. I just Amazon primed 1,000 polys. I was like, I don't even
How
care.
much did it cost?
That's a good question. I don't know. Let's see.
Because if it costs more to get it by on Uline, or if it's cheaper, on Amazon, then
I'm
I'll buy it
pretty
on
I'm
Amazon.
pretty dang sure I compared it to Uline, but I'm not 100% sure. Uh well, this item is no longer for sale, so that sucks. So
Was it 1,000 or was it like multiple packs of 200?
I think they did ship it to me in multiple. Well, yeah, so like it was it's like a poly bag with poly bags inside. And so
Yeah.
I think each one was 250. No, each one was 200. They sent me
Okay.
5 bags and a box.
Okay.
So 5 bags of 200 in a box.
How long did that last you?
I'm still using it actually. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I use mine quite a bit. The ones that I buy for the clothes are the ones that I buy every week. The pack of 200 teal ones last me probably about a month
yeah,
because I only use them for first class packages.
right.
And so if I'm sending out the most that I'll send out, like I've sent out 30 over the weekend, like 30 actual teal bags in a weekend, you know what I mean? But then I got flat rate. I get flat rate envelopes 500 at a time because they're free, and I can just order 500 of them from the USPS. I
Yeah,
can order more than that, but there's no need to order too much more because I ain't got nowhere to put them.
right.
But like the polymers, I'll probably have to start pretty soon here. I'll have to start upping my amounts that I'm buying just so I'm not having to reorder them so often.
Yeah, yeah. I would even if you don't have Amazon Prime,
I do.
I feel like
Who
Amazon would
doesn't have
still
Amazon
be
Prime?
cheaper. Right. No, I mean for sure, for sure. But I still think even if you had to pay for shipping, Amazon still might be cheaper for anyone out there listening that's curious about Uline
Okay.
versus Amazon. Just my
See,
own
I buy
personal
my
experience.
boxes from Uline that I store my clothes in, the 30 by 10 by 10s. I
Sure.
buy those from Uline. So I get the booklet that has all the products that they offer in there.
Yeah.
And I was looking through there to see because I was running out of polymailers and it was getting real close to the weekend. And I didn't think that I would be able to get them by Monday. So I was checking with Uline to see the price difference and if it would arrive sooner. And I got them on a Sunday anyway, so it was a win anyway. But I ordered them through Amazon just because that's what I had been doing.
Right.
Um, that's when I found out that Uline had 1,000 of them for like $100. Maybe it's
Gotcha.
more than $100, but I know it was at least 100. I saw three digits.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean Uline might have ways to ship things faster just because they're so hyper focused on shipping products. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I mean, like for example, when I needed thermal printer paper really bad, I'm really bad about checking how low it is. So like
mhm,
one day I was super low and I needed printer or thermal printer paper and I didn't want to spend whatever it was at like Office Depot because it was like
right.
considerably more. It was like $20 more, but I could get it overnighted through Prime for $3 extra and it worked out perfectly. And it was like a
Nice.
Saturday or a Sunday, so it's like
So,
it worked
what
out.
you got a Dymo, right?
I have a
Or you got a, like a
I
knockoff?
have a Mubbin Muhbyn Mubbin Mubbin. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah, I,
JT said he found a ton of poly bags at the bins one time. Still have a few. It was funny being so happy to find them.
bro.
That's how
Yes,
Ray is every time he finds IKEA bags in the bins. He's like, "Let's go,
yeah.
IKEA bag."
I love finding a good IKEA bag. I found a bunch of padded polys.
Yeah, poly mailers.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I
seen that.
found I was super excited. I was. I was.
Yeah, definitely.
Red Dirt said
I know the.
oh go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I know the Amazon bin store in my neighborhood had some of those till bags in there. I found 200 of them at one time, and then my ex girlfriend's daughter found like 200 of them twice. So
Heck
I had like
yeah.
400, 600 poly bags all for free. Like, well,
Heck
not for free.
yeah.
It was like on dollar day, so
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah,
When
nobody's picking up those except for resellers.
no, not at
So
all.
Red Dirt
Bunk.
said USPS lost a bike I shipped last year, huge box. Luckily the buyer wanted to wait to see if it was found. 3 months later it ended up at his what?
Wow,
Wait,
at his doorstep
what?
after they filed the claim.
Yo,
That's
three
crazy.
months later, like that is
Hillary
that's
says
wild. That's
FedEx recently lost a bunk bed she purchased. How the heck do you lose an entire bed? Facts.
right. A bunk bed,
Uh
y'all.
oh, so like speaking of polymailers though, like last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, I ordered polybags from Amazon, right?
Okay.
They showed delivered, they were not delivered. So I sent the request for them to replace my order, but I also bought additional polybags at the same time.
Yeah.
So they show up, and then the guy when he comes to the door to deliver them, he's like, we need $11 postage for this package. And I'm like, for what? And it's
What?
from Amazon. It's the poly bags. They want to charge me $11 for the package getting lost in the mail. I was like, no, dude, I'm not paying twice
No.
for my poly bags, dude. You can keep that. Send it back to the sender. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got me
No,
messed up. I'm paying $11 on top of paying $14 for them in the first place.
bro, and on
Absolutely.
top of that, like usually Amazon is way cooler than that. Like if I like there has been I think 2 or 3 times where like an item
Mm,
said it was delivered but it never showed up, and I said,
yeah,
you go through the app, you say this never came, I never got my item,
yeah,
and they send you another one like free of charge. Like
right.
what the
So
heck is that?
I've gotten the wrong item before. Like somebody sent me it
Sure.
was all planting like stuff, like garden related stuff, uh like a hoe, like some fertilizer stuff, and then like some little potting things,
Yeah.
and I got that instead of my package. And our addresses were very similar, so I'm assuming she got my package and I got hers. So
Yeah.
I just got on there, so received the wrong item, and I took it to Kohl's and dropped it off, and I got my stuff like 2 days later. But still, it was like how. I mean, nobody's perfect, you know what I mean? Like I've sent the wrong item to people multiple times, so
Right.
I guess it's bound to happen with me.
Right. And also, let's just remember that Amazon is a multi-billion-dollar company. So,
Right,
not a reseller, not
right.
some guy, reselling.
Right. I mean, unless it's what is it, FBA, and then fulfilled by merchant. Unless that's the case,
That's
then
that's true too.
that's a different
I
story.
always forget about that. That is
Yeah.
very true. That is very true. All right, well, we are getting towards time. Let's shore up chat before we
Yep.
roll
Yep.
out.
Um, Miss Lachey said, "I think I'll place an order tomorrow to cover me for the rest of the year. I'm sick of running low. Let's go. That's the
And
way
it's
to do it, right
and it's
there.
cheaper. And it's cheaper.
Yeah,
You'll thank
it is
yourself.
cheaper when you buy it in bulk.
You'll thank yourself in the long run. You'll save money in the
Yeah."
long run.
Hillary says shipping supplies from the bins is always a win.
Yes.
Anything from the bins is always a win.
Yes.
uh Brian said, "That's crazy. Did they ever refund for the bags?" I didn't get a refund for the bags because they gave me another order of bags, so I got my money's worth. You know, so I mean, we're all good. We're square.
But still, that's
Yeah, but
I
still, they lost it,
that's
and then UPS tried or
yeah.
USPS tried to charge me for it. Like, I don't even know
No.
why they tried to charge me. Shipping is free. I
Yeah.
mean, with Prime, I'm like, no, dude. Like I looked at him like he was the craziest guy in the world, like he was smoking crack. Like, what do you know? Not happening.
I've never heard of that before.
Zesty, Zesty popped it in, made it in just in time to say hi. Proud of both of y'all. Thanks, Zesty.
Hey, we appreciate that and we love you. And also, Zessy's gonna be on an episode soon. I swear.
Okay, let's
So
do it
we'll
for
we'll get
sure.
we'll get her on an episode. It'll be a good time. But yeah, it's been fun tonight, guys. That
As
hour
always,
zoomed by, as it
as
usually does.
always.
So we appreciate y'all. And next week
Thank
we'll
you,
be on Marcus's channel. So anybody here that's
sir.
not subscribed to Marcus's channel,
Okay.
go over, hit that sub button, hit that like button before you leave. We'd really appreciate it.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Peace,
Peace,
guys.
guys.